have an iPhone or iPad, go to Apple App Store. It's that simple. You have 3 choices. Just type in TuneIn Radio. Once the app is downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. For Radio Garden app, once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And for Streema app, that's STREEMA. And once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And now you can enjoy DZRJ 810 AM anytime and anywhere. Hey, it's free.
To all Teleradio Bandido viewers and listeners,
you can now watch Teleradio Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News.
Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup.
Mga kababayan,
magsama-sama na tayo. Joy Belmonte, handang tumulong. Tulong-tulong, tuluyan tulong. Joy Belmonte, ng Quezon City. Tuloy ang serbisyo. Tuloy ang progreso. Si Joy Belmonte, ng Quezon City. Joy Belmonte, handang tumulong. Tulong-tulong, tuluyan tulong. Joy Belmonte, ng Quezon City.
This is straight from Radyo Bandido.
Secretary Panelo, what is your position on the use of nuclear energy and the use of the mothballed nuclear plant in Bataan?
The President issued an executive order adopting a nuclear energy program, committing the introduction of nuclear power into our energy mix to provide our country another source of power energy requirements. In view of the increasing electricity rates, the prices, and our commitment in the United Nations to move away from coal, because, as we all know, its environmental impact is great. Now, I agree that we have to use nuclear energy in view of the energy crisis in the Philippines. And the use of nuclear energy in countries like China, Japan, and South Korea is very successful. So it should give us a reliable source of energy. And we should veer away from our dependency on coal. So I think I agree 100% that we should now look into the possibility of using nuclear energy. Otherwise, mapag-iwanan po tayo if we do not develop nuclear power. E tandaan natin, matagumpay naman sa ibang bansa ang paggamit.
That was straight from Radyo Bandido. Stay tuned for more.
Good morning, DZRJ 810 AM proudly brings you Good Job Philippines with Barbie Atienza. Enjoy a recap of the week's good news and developments, highlighting the great men and women behind them. And now, here is your host, Barbie Atienza.
Good morning, Metro Manila. Good morning, Philippines. And good evening, world. It's another Saturday morning and we're so excited. Excited po kami, full of energy because we missed you so much. And masaya-masaya po ako because I'm back. And today, I'm not just back, I'm back-to-back with Reenah Tolentino. Reenah, good morning.
Hello, Allan. Good morning. And to our listeners, we are again here over the weekend. Ang ganda, ang saya, at ang dami nating ina-anticipate na magandang mangyayari at ang init ng panahon ayan na kasing init nitong programa natin. So, kumusta ka naman, Allan?
Ay, nako, Reenah. Tuwang-tuwa ako at masayang-masaya at kagaya ng sinabi mo, summer. Just like you are so summer color and summer fit and summer body. And how we miss so much Mr. Barbie Atienza. I'm sitting in for Barbie po, and I know Barbie is just too excited also to know na ang dami-dami na pong nakikinig sa atin ngayon, Reenah, and we're getting ready for this summer, no? Dahil maraming nakikinig sa atin, lahat po kayo dyan sa 810 on behalf of Barbie Atienza and the entire crew and team of DZRJ 810 Voice of the Philippines. Magandang umaga po sa inyo dyan sa mga nakikinig sa radyo. At huwag ka, Reenah, napakalakas natin ngayon sa GMA Afford the Box. At tayo nasa ABS-CBN din, TV Plus. At tayo ay mapapanood din sa Sky Cable Channel 224. At huwag ka, Reenah, napakadami nang nagsusubscribe sa atin. And congratulations po, talagang totally congratulations sa lahat na nagsusubscribe sa atin dyan sa YouTube, sa RJAM News sa YouTube po. At sa lahat po ng DTT channels, kami po ay running live. Yan. Back to you, Reenah.
Radio Bandido, we are also live. You can check us out at DZRJ 810 AM Radio Bandido Facebook Live. Nandyan din po kami, magkakasama tayo buong isang oras na talakayan at share ng kung ano-anong nangyayari sa ating bansa at sa buong mundo. Ito po, si Reenah Tolentino.
Reenah Tolentino, ang Reyna ng RJAM News. Alam mo, Reenah, minsan talagang pinagsisikip ng mundo ang ating budget. Tayo ay sumakay ng jeep. Alam mo, sumakay tayo ng jeep at ako'y napakatagal na panahon dahil pinayos ko yung bike ko, nag-jeep ako, nag-public utility transportation, in-accommodate naman tayo at napakasaya. Although masigip kami doon dahil wala nang distancing, no? Nakakatuwa sila. Sila natutuwa, ako hindi. Pero protected tayo ng mas, ngunit natuwa ako doon sa driver nung siya ay nakikinig sa isang stasyon at napakainit ng ulo niya dahil nga naman ang presyo ng gasolina ay tumataas, hindi maintindihan ang diesel at ang fuel naghahabulan sa presyo. Sabi ko sa kanya, brother, may alternative ka. Ilipat mo yung istasyon mo, ilagay mo sa 810, tingnan mo kung sinong nakikinig. Umagang-umaga yung pinakikinggan niya, natsambahan niya yung Johnny Gomez live ng DZRJ. Nakikinig siya umaga. Aba, maganda pala to. Nawala yung yung kanyang agam-agam at worries at anxiety. So sabi na sa akin, at nagkita kami, sir, ilang stasyon pa ba may programang ganito ang DZRJ? Sabi ko, naku, marami yan, sunod-sunod. Sir, hindi ko na ililipat ang stasyon ko dahil napakalakas. And you'd notice, Reenah, lumakas talaga tayo. Ang lakas-lakas talaga natin ngayon sa AM, no? At ako'y natutuwa sapagkat naririnig na tayo ng mga mas maraming public utility vehicles. At ang sabi nga nila sa akin ay makikinig sila ngayong Sabado. Kaya lahat po ng mga kaya lahat po ng nakasama ko, Mang Toto, yung driver ng jeep po na sinakyan ko nung Thursday, magandang umaga po. Alam ko natataranta ka at hindi mo alam kung paano magre-reply dahil hindi mo alam ang text phone ko. Tama na po yung mabati ko kayo, Mang Toto, at sana po this time hindi na masyadong masikip yung iyong jeep, ha? Mang Toto, magandang umaga sa iyo at subaybayan mo kami sa Good Job Philippines at alam kong excited ka makita kung gaano kaganda si Reenah Tolentino. Yan.
Ako, hello Mang Toto and to all sa mga drivers dyan, mga katoda. Nakikinig din sila at nakikiisa sa atin at nakikidalamhati nga sa pagtaas ng gasolina. Ako, Allan, gusto ko na talagang isulong yung kalesa na yan. Usapan namin ni Barbie, sabi ko, naku, sobra na. Alam mo ba yung 500 ang hirap kitain, pero wag ka, 7 litro na lang. Ang ano ngayon, Mario.
Alam mo, narinig ko sa boses mismo ng isang jeepney driver at hindi ko kailangan itago ang pangalan niya, Mang Toto. Ang sabi niya, pag-load niya ng gasolina, ng diesel, ang sabi niya ron sa gasoline boys, wag kang magkakamaling hugutin agad yan, ha? Bawat patak niya importante. Walang hugutan. Sabi niya gano'n. So makikita mo ang mga Pilipino ay naghahanap talaga ng dahilan para ngumiti sa gitna ng mga pagsubok. Ngunit talaga namang totoo na. Alam mo, may mga kababayan tayong bumubulong-bulong na sana daw bilihin na ng ating gobyerno. Ang tawag po nila dito, kasama Reenah, is buyback. Let's buy back the gasoline station that once upon a time was a government-owned. No, sabing maraming, oo, alam mo, maraming kuro-kuro, maraming kwentuhan. In fact, a bill in Congress was passed already to buy back because napakadami nito. Ngunit, Reenah, it's so beautiful to see, no? Pag nakikita mo yung social media, no? Everyone, and almost everybody is praying for the crisis in Ukraine na sana ma-resolve na yan, sana matapos na. Kasi talaga namang bugbog na tayo, lalo na sa Pilipinas, bugbog na tayo pagkatapos ng pandemic, vaccine, booster. Eto naman, gasolina, no? Napakahirap. Kaya
sa dibdib,
Oo.
Binigyan nga tayo ng kalayaan to go out. Pero, pag inisip mo yung gasolina, yung presyo, naku, dito na lang ako sa bahay.
Totoo yan, totoo yan.
Diba?
At dahil nga naman napaka-wholesome ng mga programa ng DZRJ, Voice of the Philippines, it's a one-stop shop. Sabi nga nila, pag kailangan mo ng information, dito ka na sa 810 humihit ng iyong radyo pihitan. Sapagkat dito na nga yung one-stop shop. Reenah, may kikwento lang ako sa iyo. Last week, Reenah, our family met an accident, no? So a motoring accident, and so pag pamilya mo na talaga ang na-aksidente, medyo nawawala na yung sense, yung common sense. So yung common sense ko nawawala kasi syempre family ko. So what I did was, imbis na panic, pumihit ako ng telepono ko, tinawagan ko ang number 1 motoring guru ng DZRJ 810. Tinawagan ko si Kuya Arnel Doria. Naku, napakasalamat po talagang nung tinawagan niya ako. Binigyan niya ako ng step 1, step 2, step 3, search and look and find a traffic officer. Do not allow yourself to compromise yung move your vehicle. Wag. Stand your ground. Wag mong i-move. So, tumawag ako sa kanya. Si Sir Arnel talagang took me by my hand through the telephone step by step, no? At of course, pagdating namin sa presinto, alam mo naman, the strong and the mighty, may mga tao talaga tayong ganyan. Yun nga yung pinaglalaban natin, kilos oligarchs, no? Akala mo sila may-ari ng kalye because tayo napaka-peace loving natin. Tumawag tayo sa isang kasamahan natin sa himpilan din. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa free speech anchor Ira Panganiban. Tinawagan ko po siya habang kami po ay nag-deliberate sa Traffic Management Office kung saan nandoon lahat. Ay alam mo, parang palengke doon eh. So sabi nga ni Ira Panganiban, with collaboration of course with our very own anchor, si Doria, and then he was telling me, ganito yan, call up your insurance, relax, and let your insurance manage it, and keep your cool. There's always a bully around lurking, finding weak people. So, nagpapasalamat po ako sa himpilan ng DZRJ, sa buong pamilya na sumaklolo at tumulong sa amin. Nagkaroon po kami ng, alam mo, pag ikaw na pala yun nandoon, medyo, hindi, kailangan mo rin talaga ng coaching, I was so humbled in that incident, and I just thank God, my family was safe, walang nasaktan dun sa vehicular accident na yun, and everything is motion now. Kaya, salamat, RJ. It's really an informative program. It's a one-stop shop for everyone. Back to you, Reenah.
Nakakatuwa naman, na sa kabila ng eto talaga maaasahan pa rin tayo sa kahit anong aspeto. So, ayaw man natin mangyari yung mga ganyan, pero in cases na kami po sa DZRJ, pwedeng tumulong sa inyo, nako, nandito lang din kami. Huwag lang pong pera.
Yan. Pero kung kailangan nyo ng mga tengang makikinig at mga pusong handang umibig at magmahal sa inyo at kapwa, 24/7 po, nandito kami kasama si Sir Barbie at ang buong himpilan ng DZRJ. Handang-handa po kaming umantabay, umalalay, at magbigay ginhawas tungo sa inyong mga tinatawag nating anxiety in what is happening now in this crisis that our nation is facing. Alam niyo po, yung gasolina na yan, talagang napakasakit niyan. That's why ako, Reenah, handang-handa na ang aking dalawang bisikleta. Talagang pag may lakad ako, honestly po, sa mga kababayan natin, pag may lakad po ako nang hindi bababa ng 25 kilometers ang tatakbuhin, binabike ko na po. Binabike ko na po yan para masanay na po tayo, and hopefully ang gulo sa Ukraine at with Russia ay matapos na po sana.
Sana nga, naku, sobrang nakakaano na yan, nakaka-bother na rin kasi it somehow affected us in so many ways.
Yeah. Pati nga yung mga yung mga, kung mapapansin ng mga kababayan natin, pati yung mga, pati yung mga nagka-caravan rally ngayon, nagko-convoy, makikita po nila, napapansin nyo po, mas dumadami po ang mga siklista ngayon, ang mga taong nakabike. Because biriin mo na lang yung kotse mo naka-minor ng ilang oras dahil sa caravan nyo, dahil you support your candidate, sumasama ka, pero mag-isa ka lang sa kotse mo, ang hirap nun. Dali mo na lang yung bike mo, magbisikleta ka na lang at sumuporta ka. Or kung alam mo namang dadaan ang iyong hinahangaang kandidato bilang Pangulo, abangan mo na lang dumaan sa kanto mo. Huwag mo na salubungin kasi sayang ang gasolina mo. Di ba, Reenah?
Totoo, nauso yan ngayon pero ulit natin ha, hindi pa rin tayo safe, mga kapatid, mga kababayan, mag-ano pa rin tayo, mag-social distancing pa rin naman tayo. Doon talagang nakikita na hindi na maiiwasan pero sana protected tayo, may mga mask pa rin tayo at kung sana pwedeng lumayo, ako gawin natin yan. We respect your effort to the candidates that you're supporting, pero suportahan na rin naman natin ang ating pamilya at sarili natin sa kahit anong peligro dala ng ating kinaharap na suliranin ng pandemya. Diba?
Yan, totoo yan. Dahil pinapaalala namin sa inyo seriously at buong katotohanan na ang pandemika hindi pa tapos, katulad ng sinabi ni Ate Reenah, ang kagandahan at kalusugan at kailanman na hindi dapat ipaghiwalay. Mag-ingat po tayo, wash our hands, social distancing, at araw-araw po natin sundin at suotin ang ating mask. Reenah, we just got a cue from the station and we'll be pausing for a reminder and some commercials. Back to you, Ariel.
Enlightened with inspiring stories. Interesting biblical features. And insightful interviews with the pillars of our Catholic faith. Power to Unite with Elvira.
Education Radio, hosted by Pia Morato, is on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Teleradio Bandido, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m., and YouTube channel
RJAM News.
This brings service to all educators and learners of every age. The program guests include secretaries, dignitaries, ambassadors, lawmakers, professors, volunteers, and heroes, all dedicated to contribute to this valuable advocacy. We take the streets to the classroom and the classroom to the streets. The mystical, the magical, and the occult, made easy by G and Marge Santos on Mystical Buffet, aired every Saturday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. This program gives insights and guidance in the world of essential spirituality and wisdom of the ages. Its aim is to share extraordinary topics to everyday lives of ordinary people. Walk with them in a mystical, alternative, and less than ordinary path of life. Watch them every Saturday on Teleradio Bandido, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m., and YouTube channel
RJAM News.
now return to Good Job Philippines on DZRJ 810 AM. Here is your host, Barbie Atienza.
Good morning, Philippines. And yes, we are back, and good evening, world. Sa lahat po ng kababayan natin na sa overseas, especially sa Amerika, sa Dallas, Texas, and of course, dyan sa Canada, sa Montreal. Thank you for viewing with us. And Reenah, kailangan ko talagang banggitin ito, ang ating mga overseas Filipino workers sa Dubai. I just received a message that nanonood sila on a replay basis ng ating program. Nakakatuwa. Sabi ko, salamat kung nakikinig kayo. At sabi nila, kilala namin si Barbie. Suki na kami ni Barbie. Sabi ko, thank you very much. And Reenah, of course, I'd like also to greet our listeners. No? Siyempre, yung kilala ng ating lungsod ng Las Piñas at napakabait naman talaga, tumutulong sa kanyang kapwa. Higit sa lahat, matulungin sa kanyang mga kapitbahay. Nandyan po si Miss Rosalinda Iwata. Magandang umaga, Miss Rosalinda Iwata, at maraming salamat at isang karangalan po na makasama namin kayo sa airwaves. At gusto ko rin po batiin si June Casanova ng Las Piñas Social Workers Department. Magandang araw sa inyo, ang walang patigil pagtulong ni June Casanova. How about you, Reenah? Are there some special people you'd like to greet as well?
Well, I just want to congratulate nag-launching kami ng isa kong branch.
Wow.
Sa aming branch ng Serenity dyan sa Bangged Abra. And it was really a successful, Allan. Talagang sold out yung and later after this show, kailangan kong magpadala ng stocks kasi nga talagang we never anticipated the crowd na na bumili at sumuporta kay Serenity. Ayan, thank you so much.
Wow, galing.
Mga taga-Bangged, salamat. Agyaman Apo, and hopefully we're able to visit the place soon. Ayan.
Kilala ko yan eh. Apo, di ba kandidato yan? Good morning, everyone. It's another exciting Saturday. And because March is not just a month of women, it's not just a month of fire prevention, it is entirely a celebration of a church that existed more than 123 years. And we are so privileged and so honored to guest the council chairman of the Central Methodist Church of Manila in the celebration of their 1 month celebration of the 123rd year anniversary. Grabe, ang tagal-tagal na. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, on faith, character, and service, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Dario Borge. Dario?
Wow, good morning.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry. Can I hear me?
Yes. Malakas na malakas.
Magandang umaga sa Good Job Philippines ng DCRJ. And also, of course, thank you for having me here. I want to thank Barbie Atienza, and of course, Reenah Tolentino, Ariel Castro, Bea Cinto, of course, ang ating idol na si Allan Visitacion.
Wow!
Maraming salamat, pati sa Rancho Bandido na nakikita ko. Thank you for having me here and the opportunity to be part of this show of DCRJ.
Yeah, Dario, alam ko maraming nakikinig sa atin ngayon na church members ninyo sa radyo, lalo na, and just to let you know, Dario, we are globally live through the social media, and we are globally and continuously being replayed around the world, no?
Wow.
Dario, please let us know, unahin ko na kagad yung celebration, what are your activities this whole month, and how can the people from other countries join you also in the celebration of the 123rd anniversary of the Central Methodist Church of Manila?
Actually, this is a month-long celebration. We started actually with a Communion Sunday in the last that was first Sunday of the March, and then the Women's International Sunday, the second Sunday of the month, and tomorrow is actually the grand anniversary Sunday of our church, and this can be viewed through live stream and through our Facebook channel as well as YouTube, and you can also attend face-to-face here And we are already allowing 100% seating capacity of our church tomorrow. And tomorrow we have also one of the highlights is actually we have a new carpet, center aisle carpet, and a new grand piano donated by the late Justice Ruben T. Reyes and his family. And they will be here as one of the highlights of our anniversary.
Wow, Reenah, good. Yes.
Yeah, that's their donation. They are longtime members of this church.
Oh, nakakatuwa naman. It's a very grand reopening, Sir Dario, na merong mga tao generous pa rin. They continue to support. But then again, ang maganda dyan, yung programa na gagawin natin. So meron po ba tayong mga protocols pa rin as we open the door of our church? Like 100% capacity na.
Yeah, we have to follow the IATF restrictions, no. Although indoors and outdoors are already allowed 100% capacity, seating capacity, provided that you have to wear your face mask.
Oh.
And the only way you have to remove that is when you're eating na, saka drinking, syempre.
Oo naman.
Sir Dario, gusto ko lang itanong dahil in-announce mo na nga na bukas meron na kayong face-to-face celebration sa church ninyo. So that's warm bodies coming in. Ano ba yan? They'll just walk o magpaparegister? May online registration ba dyan? O come as you are?
No, come as you are. Actually,
wow.
Under the regular services, no, we have 3 services in the morning. That's 8 o'clock Tagalog, 9:30 Ilocano service, and 11 o'clock English service. But tomorrow, siyempre 9 o'clock, it's a joint service of all these congregations. So magkakatabi lahat ng dialect speaking congregation. Tagalog, Ilocano, English. They are seated side by side here inside the sanctuary. It's actually, we call this the first cathedral or a cathedral of Methodism in the country. So we have a seating capacity around 1,200. So magdadagdag na lang kami ng mga upuan in cases na based on our experience, nag-overflow talaga ang tao during anniversary. But I think this is the first time after 2 years of pandemic, the church now is open face-to-face service.
At excited lahat ang mga tao. 2 years na deprive ang kanilang religious activities and spiritual longing nandyan, So naku, we have to really look forward sa isang grand pero safe pa rin na programa, no, Sir Dario?
Yeah.
So ano po yung ilulook forward ng mga kapatid natin as we open the doors of the church soon? And then, ito nga yung anniversary natin.
Well, Reenah, the usual we begin with a march inside the altar. No, every participants of this members of this church will actually participate from ages 12 below, and then the teens, then the adults. Everything will have participation from various committees of this church and various organizations of this church. Kasi maraming lay organizations here that we call it United Methodist Men, mga kalalakihan. Meron WSCS, mga Women's Christian Methodist, mga kababaihan. So everything will render their music, and then the guest speaker will be Bishop Hudi One of the Davao Episcopal area of the United Methodist Church. All the way from Davao, he will be our guest speaker. Meron din tayong history presentation. It's actually presented by my son. Minanan niya sa akin yung dati ako ng historian. Actually, ako minanan ko rin sa daddy ko yung historian. So, naipass yung legacy ng father ko, and then my son will present. And then, kagaya ng sinabi ko, the program or the liturgy is actually merong English, may Tagalog, may konting Ilocano, and then after that, after the service, may gathering of lunchtime gathering, and then 1 o'clock may online fellowship kami, and everybody can tune into that online, hindi lang locally but globally. And then in the evening, meron na naman kaming continuation of the anniversary under the Vesper GCCF, God's Children Christian Fellowship, and the Vesper, how we call it, the evening worship service. Yan ang mga regular namin. And then our last Sunday of March, meron din kami parang assessment of our anniversary. And then we usually do this every year. So the last time we had was Secretary Briones, who was actually our guest speaker, tapos nag-COVID na. And now we're back face-to-face.
One of the highlights of the celebration tomorrow is the recognition of, alam mo, sa mga church people, Reenah, it's a big item talaga ang piano. And someone donated a grand piano, and that would be one of the many highlights of the events tomorrow. Itong nag-donate ng piano na ito, Dario, this is from what family again? Let's recognize them.
The late Supreme Court Associate Justice, the late Justice Ruben T. Reyes, Allan.
Wow.
Kasama ko siya dito sa church before, sa council chair. Siya yung lay leader of this church. But he passed away last year, and then we have a new lay leader. And kaya nga this pandemic, our team, I'm sorry to say, our team pala is faithfulness and resiliency on our God's mission and services. So resiliency, syempre during pandemic, despite the fact that the church is actually need to respond to this pandemic, we continue helping, reaching out to those victims of COVID. Ganun din sa Odette, kahit kung Odette, we continue, kahit na apekto ng pandemic itong church, the members continue to support this outreach ministry. Kaya nga we are called the Christ-centered church that reaches out. Yan ang talagang Central United Methodist Church, the Christ-centered church that reaches out. Kaya we continue reaching out, lalo na sa mga victims, and through financial, medical assistance, in-kind, donations in-kind, and financial support. And prayers ang pinaka-importante na binibigay ng aming simbahan sa mga victims. Pagdadasal na makarecover sa kanilang nararanasang kahirapan. Yun.
Oo, naku, minsan na yan yung pinakamahalaga, Sir Dario. It's because, alam mo yun, yung minsan walang-wala na tayo, yung faith and, it's the mindset na meron tayo. Yun na lang yung pwede nating panghawakan para magpatuloy.
Yes, Reenah.
At sobrang laki ang prayers na ibinibigay niyo po. Hindi lang sa mga biktima ng kahit anong sitwasyon man, pero sa aming lahat na Pilipino.
Yeah, Reenah, nabanggit ngayon ni Chairman Dario Borge na ang theme ng year celebration is faith and resiliency.
Yes.
Sir Dario, what makes the church choose these two words as the theme for this year's anniversary? What encouraged you or what inspired the congregation to choose this as a theme?
Actually, there's a process of doing the theme. First is we have to create an anniversary committee for that. And out of that anniversary committee, a part of that is to what we call establish a team and everything, the protocols, the program itself, kasama yan sa pagplano ng anniversary committee. The anniversary committee is being elected by the council, and they will have to operate for the next 2 years. Ngayon, nung napili ang faithfulness and resiliency, it's something to do nung sinabi ko kanina, na despite the fact that we are in the period of pandemic and many calamities at marami, hindi lang calamities, lalo na yung mga sa poverty, yung resiliency, nandun pa rin kami, hindi kami mawala. With the guidance of our Lord and the protection of our Lord, kailangan we have to continue reaching out. Kaya nga, dapat hindi matitibag ang simbahan natin sa ganyan. Kaya we have our faith. If you have faith, and next is you have to be resilient. Kasi kung wala yan, faith is nothing. Kung wala kang talagang action. And the action behind the action is your resiliency. Siyempre, without that character, yung sinabi mo kanina, faith, hope, and yung naalala ko yung nag-aaral tayo, Idol Allan, no? Yan ang napaka-importante na bumubuo ng tema ng ating anniversary. Kaya without this, wala tayong inspirasyon. The team will give us an inspiration to this anniversary celebration. Laging kailangan meron yan. And every members of the council should vote for that kasi merong proseso yan. Mamimili ka ng marami. And we will choose the right team for the anniversary and what fits the situation now. Dapat ganun.
Dario, dahil 123rd anniversary na ngayon at ang simbahan at hindi lang ang simbahan ngunit ang buong sambayanang Pilipino ay sumabak sa isang napakalaki at malagim na pagsubok kung saan ang faith natin ay talaga namang dumating sa punto na kailangan itulay ang agam-agam at paniniwala sa may kapal at Panginoon, no? Nandyan ang pandemic, 2 taon tayong ikinulong sa gitna ng anxiety at ito naman ngayon po ang fuel price na dumadating, no? Na talagang kumakatok hindi lang sa ating mga bulsa ngunit sa ating faith na rin, ano, bilang mamamayan. Sir Dario, ano po ang panawagan mo sa mga taong tila naliligaw na at ayaw nang lumingon patungo sa langit?
Well, actually, yung simbahan natin have been to many struggles from the beginning. Kaya 123rd. We are used to that problems, not only yung sinasabi mong kahirapan. We kept on reaching out because our council is we have a structure of now, which is the acronym of Nurture, Outreach, and Mission. Yung outreach committee of our church is the one who will react in a servicing manner to that sinabi mo pagtaas ng gasolina, isa lang yan. We have an outreach ministry to help those people, especially families who are affected by that. So meron tayong tinatawag na parang drive na may mga special, if the council approves the special offering for that, we will do that provided it will be approved. However, meron din tayong isang pagtulong, not only of going to the affected places, meron kaming under that outreach, we have a committee, a group that will visit those affected areas. Dala-dala na nila yung doon sa sasakyan nila, dala-dala nila yung mga kailangan nilang daling gamot, pagkain, mga donation at damit. Actually, hindi lang nababalitaan eh. Usually, nauunang Methodist eh, yung simbahan namin doon sa areas eh. Kulang lang kami sa because naniniwala naman kami na kahit hindi kami makakuha ng media, nakuha kami ng litrato sa Panginoon na tumutulong kami.
Amen, amen.
We will assure that God is watching us. We continue reaching out kung kukulangin, that the members will try to pigaan na, pass the hat. Pasa-pasa kami kung may mga lumang damit kayo. Sige. And that's one of our programs of helping these people, yung mga biktima. So hindi ko nawawala yan.
At dahil nasa helping activity ka, pakiusap lang namin sa iyo ni Reenah together with Barbie at Tianza, huwag mong kakalimutan ang aming himpilan kung kailangan nyo ng tulong, ng announcement, pangtawid gutom o tulong para sa ating mga kababayan. Ang Good Job Philippines ay gusto ring tumulong sa inyo basta't para sa ating mga kababayan. Alam mo, Reenah, may kasabihan nga tayo, the most noblest motion or action a man can do is to help another person.
Yes, tama ka dyan. At handang-handa po kami, Sir Dario, na makiisa sa inyong hangarin na mapabuti yung mga kapwa natin. At nandito lang ang DZRJ to support you sa kahit anumang announcement na gagawin.
As we promised everybody and everyone, dahil pinangako po namin sa inyo sa Himpilang Radyo at Telebisyon na tayo po ay magta-travel back to time kasama ang Central Methodist Church of Manila sa kanyang 123rd anniversary po. Dario Borge, sino ang nagtatag at paano nakarating ang Methodist Church dito sa ating bansa?
Well, going back 123 years ago, actually 124. when the Battle of Manila Bay, di ba naalala natin, natalo ang Espanyol dun sa Battle of Manila Bay. Became the avenue of Protestantism in the country. And during that time, when American won that battle, sinabi ni McKinley, President McKinley of the US, who's actually a Methodist, make every Catholic a good Christian through Protestantism. In-announce na yun. So nagdating ang lahat. So happened, when the Methodists came in, hindi lang Methodist, maraming religion. But however, there are some services was already being held during that time. Not particularly for the Filipinos, but for the American soldiers and the civilians. However, nung nakaano sila na sa isang dungeon, sa isang port area sa Cavite, they found out na may mga Pilipino na rin na umaten. And during that time, maraming mga galit sa mga Espanyol that time because of, alam mo naman yung traditional Catholic worship, di ba? Traditional, not through Bible. But they heard the Bible there. The Americans share us the Bible. And then, they found out maraming Pilipino interesado, and that's the start. They sent the news to America that the Philippines is a potential country that we can share the biblical Christianity. And then the following year, March 5, 1899, siyempre para sa Americans lang yan, civilians, they put up, the bishop came here on March 5, 1899, all the way coming from Malaysia, at inopen niya ang first church. Kasi bishop dapat ang magde-declare ng first church. It so happened it was Central Methodist Episcopal Church, also known as Central United Methodist Church. Yun na. And then Americans, it was the first English-speaking church in the country. Puro Amerikano yan. Ang Pilipino that time is puro Espanyol lang mga salita. Hindi naman Tagalog talaga . However, natatagalan ng service. Natatagalan ng service dahil dinatranslate pa ng mga Amerikano to the local dialect. So it so happened, we put up another Philippine. 3 months later, we put up 3 Filipino Methodist churches. The Knox United Methodist, here in Santa Cruz, the Pandacan United Methodist Church, and the St. Paul United Methodist Church in Tondo, to cater the local dialect.
That's the beauty of communication, catering on the local dialect. Kagaya nga ng sinasabi natin lagi, Reenah, 7,100 islands, because we have much dialect to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be pausing for a commercial and we'll be back very, very soon on our question on leadership. Dahil nalalapit na rin po ang eleksyon, tatanungin po natin si Dario on his opinion on the traits of a good leader. Reenah, we'll pause for a commercial.
Serbisyo publiko ba ang hanap mo? Programang tutulong at aalalay sa iyo. Tuwing linggo, Carmen Ignacio, Mark Anthony Ignacio, Miss Teresita Amansek, Malasaki Kapwa. 2 oras ng aksyon, ng tulong, ng puso. Malasaki Kapwa. 1:00 hanggang 3:00 ng hapon. Malasaki Kapwa. Mapapanood at mapakikinggan sa DZRJ 8:10 AM sa Radyo Bandido TV, TV Plus Boxes, Sky Cable Channel 224, Digital Free-to-Air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 AM at sa YouTube channel
RJAM News.
Malasakit Kapwa. Aksyon, tulong, puso, malasakit kapwa.
Fierce, fast, and on the go. Reporters Hour, hosted by Errol Dacame. Meet the fearless reporters of Teleradio Bandido TV. Celestino Jojo Sicat, Vance Fernandez, Reenah Maliwat, Jong Manapas, Jimmy Mahusay, Felix Tambongco, and Romel Madrigal. During a crisis, you need timely and up-to-date reports from the Teleradio Bandido team, daily, plus on Reporters Hour, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Except Tuesdays on Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, DZRJ 810 AM, Facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM, and on YouTube channel
RJAM News.
We now return to Good Job Philippines on DZRJ 810 AM. Here is your host, Barbie Atienza.
Hello, and we are so back here at Good Job Philippines. Kasama pa rin natin si Mr. Allan Visitacion at ating nag-iisang Sir Dario ng Methodist Church. Hello, Sir Dario. Going back, ano ba yung pinag-uusapan natin kaninang leadership? Total 130 ba years ng Methodist Church already, meaning to say, yung leadership nandyan na at magagaling ang mga leaders. So ngayon, ipapasok natin siya sa ating talakayan ngayon. Di ba, Allan?
Yes. At sigurado ako. And bago natin pag-usapan yan, I know I can read Dario's mind and heart that there are also some people he'd like to greet. Dario, the airwaves and the TVs are yours. Back to you, Dario.
Again, binabati ko yung family ko, si Evelyn, I believe, and my children, Patricia and Patrick are watching right now. Actually, nandito sa church yung son, may son.
Tawagin mo!
Patrick, they're practicing for tomorrow's praise and worship. Drummer yung son ko. And then binabati ko lahat. Binabati ko lahat ng aking members ng church, ministerial team, and all my fellow officers and congregation of this church. Binabati ko rin lahat ng pastors and members of the United Methodist Church, mga kaibigan natin na hindi lang sa labas ng ating Metodista, mga Kristiyano rin. Although hindi sila Metodista, binabati ko rin. Ang aking churchmates sa video rin, binabati ko rin ng magandang umaga dito sa Good Job Philippines. Special thanks din sa mga miyembro na contributed. Marami sila, mauubos ang oras natin, financial, nag-donate ng food, nag-donate ng effort nila. So not only through money, but also yung participation nila is very, very important. And that will make it the anniversary possible for us. Yung anniversary committee, mga singers natin, mga choir, mga musicians, may chamber orchestra kami tomorrow. May dancers din kami tomorrow. Liturgical dancers. Hindi yung dancer na kilala namin ni Idol Allan. So, yung ating mga conductors, musicians, binabati ko rin. Lahat na rin ng mga kumakandidato, and we're praying na we have a peaceful election. Binabati ko rin yung mga kakilala nating tumatakbo dyan, mga politicians, mga friends, and we pray that the church, our members, our pastors are praying for a peaceful election. Yun.
Oo, buti na ipasok mo, Sir Dario, yung election tsaka leadership. So speaking of Methodist Church, ano ba yung matututunan ng bawat, lalong-lalo na may mga kandidato tayo, election is coming. So leadership per se, yan yung nasa mindset natin, yung leadership na talagang kaya tayong gabayan at somehow will make a change sa society natin. Ngayon, Sir Dario, let's talk about leadership from Methodist to the interjection or incorporation sa magiging standard natin sa pagpili ng kandidato.
Actually, the leadership always associate with the character. No? Well, the leadership is parang sinasabi, leading by example. sa ating kasi Metodista, you cannot be a leader without being a good follower. So, doon sa being a good follower, syempre that will be you will be assessed with your character traits. If you are a future leader, or pwede bang ikaw pagkatiwalaan sa ibibigay sa yung task? Well, the leadership is really a broad word for such a person. Are you a leader? A leader can be a good follower or a good tinatawag natin authoritarian, or know how to disseminate, how to whenever there's a need, you step in to solve the problem. That's leadership. At hindi ka dapat nagsaside sa isa, and you have to be neutral at all times. Pero hindi naman sinasabing being a leader wala kang pinupusuan. No, but you have to maintain a good attitude as a leader based on your character, your action, and the way you move, the way you talk. Kailangan pinaniniwalaan ka ng mga kasamahan mo. Napaka-importante yan. At bukod dyan, pag nakikita ka, you are already sharing yourself to the future leaders. Ikaw yung tinitingalaan pag nakikita nila yung sarili nila na by next, pag gusto ko pagtanda ko yung ganung aksyon. You can never tell to the youth yung mga ganyan. Pero as they grow up, hindi mawawala sa isipan nila yon yung ganung leadership traits. Hindi pwedeng, dito lang ako, galit ako sa'yo. You have to be neutral at all times.
Oh, okay. So the church should be non-partisan. Tama po, Sir Dario?
Yeah, exactly. Kasi we have a sad experience in the 1972 martial law na nahati ang church namin because of politics. But now, being a leader of this church, I won't campaign for that. Let's respect every candidate na kung yan ang boto mo, okay lang. Kung yan ang boto mo, okay lang. The church will never be a platform for politics. And kung meron man lang, it should be a Christian point of view. May halong Christianity. Hindi yung what we see dun sa nakikita natin dun sa isang kandidato na puro they use it as a basis of campaigning.
And because the profile of conversation now is about leadership, I guess it's just but right for us to mention some of the good leaders that this church has produced for our nation in the name of public service. Sino ba po itong mga Methodist na ito na kailangan natin batiin naman sa araw na ito?
Well, siyempre, kagaya ng sinabi ko, yung pamilya ko, binabati ko na si Evelyn, my wife, yung my children, Patricia and Patrick. Nawala si Patrick, I think pinatigil ko sila eh. Sabi ko, I have an interview. Mutugtog sila ng praise and worship for tomorrow. Oh. Yung mga, yeah. At binabati ko rin ang mga members ng Central United Methodist Church at lahat ng United Methodist Churches all across the country. Binabati ko lahat ng congregation nila. Binabati ko lahat ang ating mga kaibigan sa opisina, sa BDO, ang mga klase natin sa Union High School, Manila, kung saan kami nanggaling ni Idol Allan. At binabati ko rin ang ating classmates ko sa San Beda College. Nanonood din sila. Yung kapitbahay ko, palagay ko, baka nakikita din ako. Siyempre, binabati ko lalo na ang mga tao bumubuo ng Good Job Philippines. Siyempre, lalo na kay Idol Allan at ating hindi ko maano, kagalang-galang at kaganda-gandang Reenah, Tolentino.
Yan, talaga naman. Talaga naman. Very inspiring yan. Very inspiring talaga.
Hindi ako nagsisinungaling kasi I belong to a Christian church. Kailangan di ako sinungaling.
Branding yan, ha? Branding. Napakaganda. Anyway, Dario, the Central Church is located right at the heart of Metro Manila, sa City of Manila rin, ano? batiin din natin ang Mayor ng Manila. Tayo magpasalamat na kung may padadala man sila bukas ng mga traffic management officers doon. Dahil alam ko, yung Central Methodist Church ay magiging malaking parking lot na naman. So, it's a Sunday and mahirap na naman doon. But I'm sure hindi tayo pababayaan ng Panginoong Diyos sa tulong na rin ng butihing city administrator at city mayor ng Maynila.
Nako.
Yan.
Buti na lang pinaalala mo, kailangan natin pasalamatan ng City of Manila na hirap mag-Tagalog, na led by Isko Moreno, Mayor. At salamat dun sa mga barangay at yung City Hall na meron kaming letter to assist us dito sa tomorrow's celebration. Maga pa lang nandito na yung may police, may barangay tanod to help us to make our parking in orderly manner. At siyempre, every year na namin ginagawa to at hindi pa rin kami nabibigo sa City of Manila sa mga tulong nila. Maraming salamat sa City of Manila. May miyembro kami rito na konsehal din, kaya si Tita Jem Benaventura is also one of our members here. Kaya nagpapasalamat din kami sa kanya na tumutulong din sa amin pag nangailangan kami dito sa Tiancala, Manila. Maraming salamat. Ay, Tita Jem, konsehal, Tita Jem Benaventura ng City of Manila. Maraming salamat din.
Allan, may babatiin lang din ako. Isa siya sa pinakamagaling na leader na nakakalimutan niya sa Methodist Church. Siya talaga yung alam ko, isa sa pinaka stronghold and then foundation ng Methodist Church ngayon. Siya at walang iba at nag-iisa. Si Mr. Dario Borge, kasama natin ngayon, nakalimutan niyang ano yung sarili niya.
Oo, napaka-humble. Dario, dahil sa introduction ni Reenah Tolentino, sa napakagaling namin yan talaga, sa content, sa editorial, walang tatalo dyan kay Reenah. Wow. Number one yan. Dahil inilabas na ni Reenah yung pasabi niyan na hindi mo nga naman nabati ang iyong sarili because of all humility. Alam mo, Dario, we've been talking on air and on television and on digital as well for more than 55 minutes already. Dario, sa ngalan nga, lagi nga, and may I quote, in my quote, Johnny Gomez Live, pagkatapos nitong programa nito at pagkatapos ng event ng 23rd anniversary ng United Methodist Church, papaano mo gusto maalala ang iyong kasaysayan sa simbahang ito?
Well, syempre, we should be known as an open heart, open mind, open doors, and we never reject any members of any kahit anong reliyon. The door is always open for this church through prayers or counseling. You just call us. We have our numbers. Hindi ko nadala. We will continue reaching out as a Christ-centered church. Nandito kami sa heart of Manila. Hindi kami nawawala rito. Kayo ang kailangan, kaya nga sinasabi ni Cristo, knock and we shall open the doors for you. And kumatok lang kayo rito, we will open the doors for you.
At Dario, sa lahat ng mga nakikinig at nanonood, panghuling tanong, Dario, paano mo gusto maalala ng ating mga listeners at viewers ngayon bilang isang Dario Borge?
Yung kagaya sinabi mo, sobrang, siyempre, the humility is there na sinabi mo. Hindi ko nga masabi ang sarili ko na maalala ko, but I rather say na gusto kong maalala ang simbahan ito na nagbigay ng biblical, spiritual, Christianity teachings dito sa Pilipinas na siya ang nagsimula. Has been a cradle of evangelical movement here based on the history. And babalik tayo na we already shared the Word of God through the Bible. Doon nagsimula eh. Kaya sinasabi 100 years of biblical Christianity that was held in 1998. And we want to continue that our church is a Christ-centered church through spiritual teaching, through spiritual attitude, and sharing of faith, whereas a transformation of each disciple here on earth as a
Thank you.
Christ
Thank you
follower.
very much. Reenah?
Naku, thank you, Sir Dario Boren. For our final words again, thank you so much for joining us here at Good Job Philippines. Sa kahit anong oras, piliin natin maging masaya at maging maayos sa kapwa. This is Reenah Tolentino, and together with me, Mr. Allan Visitacion. Allan?
Thank you, Reenah. Thank you very much. And of course, on behalf of Barbie Atienza and Ariel Castro and Miss Bea Jacinto, maraming salamat po, at ang buong himpilan ay bumabati ng 123rd anniversary sa Central Methodist Church of Manila. Until next week, we'd like to see you again, and we're so excited to see Saturday again with you. My name is Allan, and we're signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Good Job Philippines with Barbie Atienza. Good Job Philippines is an exclusive presentation of DZRJ 810 AM.